So hello guys, how are you all? So please let me know if you are in the chat. Hi Vinay, hi Vignesh, hi Naini. Uh, yes, is working. Just let me check the live is working or not. Just a second, and we'll start. Yeah, my live is currently working. So yeah, let's get started. So all these people, right? Vignesh, Soumya, Naini, Vinay, and Nikhil. Anybody has attended the last session? In last session, we have mentioned about the basics of blockchain, Web3, and NFTs, metaverse. These concepts we have mentioned. So today, the main focus is about the Web5. So I was there briefly. Okay, that's good, Vignesh. So if you guys have any doubts regarding the space right now, or like you wanna ask questions about anything right now, you can ask the questions. After that, we'll move forward to the Web5 topic, and we'll discuss briefly about like what Web5 is, what the underlying technology is, like how can it help you. So my review about it. So you all going to know about it. I want to know about what actually Web5 is. Already confused about Web3 now. Web5 is all. Yes, it's quite confusing actually. So let's clear the confusion today. So do you have guys? You guys have any doubts? Uh, Hello. If you have any doubt, just ask in the chat, or else we'll directly go to the Web5 thing. And just let me go through. Just wait 1 second. Just me log in with my phone also. So read the chat. We can start with Web5. Okay, yeah. Just give me 1-2 seconds. Just like once. Start today's topic. Sure. So yeah, let's go into today's topic. I'm having the existence of Web3 with so much negativity in the market. So Web3 is basically not a single term. It's actually a bunch of terms. So right now, Web3 is actually what it means is it's including blockchain. It's including the metaverse that we were talking about. It including the NFTs. So it's all an umbrella term for representing all of the topics, all of the technologies we're using right now. Let's say crypto is a part of the blockchain because it's actually derived from it. NFT is also a part of blockchain because it's actually used the behind thing. So crypto and NFTs can be different. Can be different. So the metaverse, the new thing is coming out. Let's say the virtual world, which runs on a blockchain. So these are also like we can say it as an extension of Web3. So like all these terms are under the term of Web3. If someone says like they can tell you Web3 in 1 hour, they don't know what Web3 is. So okay, yeah. Why it's like asking some things? Is the echo is there? Just 1 second. I just want to read the charts. What is the stability guarantee like the fiat currency? So Web3 is also about like the blockchain and everything. So it's not about like a simple fiat. Just give me a second. So yeah, let's go into the topic. I'm sharing my screen. What happens? Share screen. Are you able to see my screen? So let's go to a simple post I have made. So we will discuss about like in simpler terms. I'll explain you what the Web3 is about, and like then I will tell you about. Then I will tell you about like what actually the Web3, Web5 and Web3 is and everything. So first thing is this is main what Jack Dorsey proposed on the Twitter, and when everyone said like he's introducing Web5, everyone think it's like a joke because Web3 is only evolving right now. So what he did is like a gimmick. He did like it's like the balance between Web2 and Web3. So it's like the Web5. So Web3 is also like anonymity, but you can't have the data storage directly in direct or wallets. For example, let's say we have a Facebook account, we have a Google account. Directly we don't we need to give the access, right? We need to give the Facebook all of our details, we need to go Instagram all of our details, we need to go Twitter all of our details. So like all of our data is with the companies. The company gives us the accounts, they have our data. So in the current web model right now, it's in web 2. people are users who do not own their data and identity. We don't actually own our data. We'll give everything to Facebook, everything to Spotify, everything to Amazon Prime. So our data is not actually safe. It's like they own our data and they can do whatever with it. Like they have some encryption policies, things like that. But who knows? Even the company only knows, right? You can't actually go and check. So that is the data privacy right now. That's what actually is the concern that Jack Dorsey is telling that. So next is like company gives us accounts and they will have our data, and this is the most thing we know. And we also know we are not safe right now because anyone can steal our data. If they can hack the servers of Facebook, let's say anybody can anybody hack the servers of Facebook, they can have our data. So we are not safe at all. So what can be done? We need self-owned identity to restore our data control. You can ask me like, what self-owned is that? A simple concept is that you own all of your data on yourself. Like you have a MetaMask wallet or something. So your data, all of your data is stored only in MetaMask. Let's say you have two music players. Let's say Spotify you have Amazon Music Prime, and you have Wink. So you have all of your interest and everything in your wallet. Let's say in a MetaMask wallet, you have all of your interest, all of your favorite songs and everything. So when you are logging to a Spotify account, the Spotify doesn't store all of your data. It will just take the data from your wallet whenever it is only needed. Let's say you're logging into Amazon Prime Music. So it only takes the data that is already available and only uses when you actually need it. So other than that time, the data is not there with them. So this is the total concept of how the Web3 is right now going on, and means you only have control over your data, and like companies don't own it. So you're actually safe. That's actually the selling point of the Web5 that's mentioning. I'll say the verdict in the last. So it's like doesn't Web3 do that and things like that. But let's look from a plain point of view what Zach is saying, and you might also be like, how do they actually work, right? You are saying, okay, funny, you're telling me, okay, I can store my data and everything, but how it actually works? So the thing is, right now our platforms are built in different areas. Let's say if Amazon, they have their own servers, AWS servers, they host in AWS servers. Google, the every web platform are hosted in different servers in this world. So right now the platforms are all different. Amazon works differently, Facebook works differently, Google works differently. Everything works in a different platform with a different cloud storage. But what this is, it's proposing a Web5 platform. So it's like a single platform where everything is built. That is called as Web5 DApps. I will show you what they actually mean. So the new terms we hear in this Web5 concept is like decentralized web platforms. It's called DWP. It's one is decentralized web platform, and the second is decentralized web apps. That's DAWs, and decentralized identifiers. And the fourth one is decentralized web nodes. I know you are like confused as so much. So let me break through each one of it. Decentralized web platform is they are creating a platform. It is completely decentralized, and it is a platform that apps can be built. Decentralized web apps is like the apps that are built on this. Even let's say music apps for music, apps for search engine, apps for video streaming, apps for social media accounts, apps for let's say any of the apps like videos, any of the apps that we use, those are built on these decentralized web platform, are the decentralized web apps. Developers can develop these web apps. And next is like decentralized identifiers. So this concept, identifiers and web nodes, are like the web nodes is the place where the total everything is stored. Let's say the server data is stored in the web nodes. Let's say in the decentralized computers, the web nodes are there. So decentralized web nodes are there. Decentralized identifiers are present within our wallets. For example, when our data is converting, the decentralized identifiers actually converts our data to match others people. Let's say these decentralized identifiers are like created on the spot. So these decentralized identifiers will join with the decentralized web nodes, and these together will work with the decentralized web apps. So that's actually how it's work. I know it's pretty confusing. So let me go and like in the next slides and everything, I will like clarify it with you. So how it actually works. So the thing is, decentralized web platform enables developer to write decentralized web apps. So it's simple. They are creating a large platform, so anyone can write apps on it, and the apps are called as decentralized web apps. So it uses decentralized identifiers, DIDs, and decentralized web nodes to check info. Let's say decentralized web node is like a server. Decentralized identifier is like the thing that gives our data, let's say, to other people. It conforms with the decentralized web node, and it transforms, let's say, our identity, and like it checks with the decentralized web nodes. It doesn't give our data, it's like creates one. So let's say two people are coming. I will give an example of how two people communicating in the DIDs and decentralized web nodes actually work. And web5 working with this, generally we can return ownership and control over identity and data for individuals. So like only data is there for us. So web pillars, it's like the said first one is like decentralized identifiers, DIDs. So it is like self-found identifiers that enable decentralized identity and authenticity and routing. So it's like the identifiers. For example, let's say we two people are using a using Web5, and we are like chatting with a web application. So what happens is, I have in my wallet, I have a wallet, and the wallet is connected to a DID, decentralized identifier. So in the decentralized identifier, like for me, there is a decentralized identifier. For you, there will be decentralized identifier, DIDs. So that enables it actually checks the authenticity. Like say you want to send me a message, the DID checks your authenticity, that you are how authentic you are. It checks your data. If I want to send you a message, so the DID in between your DID will check my message. Getting my point? So each one of us don't actually lose on it. Just 1 second, like. Okay. Okay, not this. Okay, this decentralized identifier. So this is all about like decentralized identifiers, and the next thing is like verifiable credentials. So what do you think like verifiable credentials are? It is like, for example, let's say someone is authentic or someone is not authentic. So these verifiable credentials are the things that actually helps us to check the person is verifiable or not, like is original or not. Let's say it's the data formats and models for cryptographic presentations and verification of the claims. So these are the things that DID actually checks. So let's say you have, my name is Fanindra, and like I am studying somewhere, or like I'm creating content. So these are the details that have in my profile, right? So these are the verifiable credentials, and DID actually verifies these and let us know the person is like trustable or not. And this is called as, the other pillar is decentralized web nodes. So what decentralized web nodes is, it is like a data storage. And I said you before, right, all the data storage generally stored in the Facebook servers, they actually stored in the decentralized web nodes. It can be your computer, my computer, someone else's computer around the world. So the people who are working in the web5, so these decentralized nodes can be happened, and all of the data is generally stored and processed with the websites, actual websites, with the decentralized web nodes. Let's say I made an app, let's say as Tomato or Zomato, like I version, I renamed Zomato and make it Tomato. Like I started a delivery app. So all of the data of Tomato will be there in the decentralized web nodes when I want to access Tomato. So when I want to access the app, I access the data from the decentralized web nodes, and my own data will be stored only in my wallet, and my DIDs will actually contact with the decentralized web nodes, and actually the transactions things are happening. So there is not a single chance of my data being stolen. So this is the total concept. So if you want to visualize it perfectly, you can say, like, for example, the top you have the decentralized web apps, and the bottom you have the DWAs, DWPs, the web nodes and web identifiers. This total can be called as the DWP. It's like decentralized web programs, DWP. So DWA means like decentralized web app model. So this is the pyramid structure they have shown. And like when I'm reading this, I feel like it's quite interesting, right? This is for my LinkedIn post for reminding things. I just see this. I just want to check on a chat because I can't able to see the chat. So sorry, okay. Can you also show us an analogy to Web 2 so that we can understand better? Okay. I think we have to wait a bit before it takes our questions. Okay, there's so many questions, guys. So yeah, I'll take all of your questions once, one by one. We can start with it. Okay. Stability, okay. 60 class to 20k, it's a mess. Okay, right now you're talking about Bitcoin, right? 60 to 20k, it's right a mess right now. Right now I'm offing my screen and like I'll show each of you what the questions are. Okay, 60k slash just once. Confusing and complex. Yeah, it's there is so much going on, hard to keep up. What's the use case? So I think I have solved the use case scenario. So you can what you can say is like you can use for all the apps, all the web apps. It's like complete data saving right now. So in the Web3, if you know, have you using Brave browser? Right now I'm using the Brave browser actually. So you can save ads. For example, this is the right. You can track ads, save. You can like track ads. No one actually can track you. For example, it saves from cookies. You can actually earn rewards in Brave. You can see here it's like Brave rewards. Before that, I see 3.25 Brave that I'm earning just for using the browser. And you know how it works? It's like super crazy. See, I have turned an ad, right? This photo by Colin Paul. There is no ads here, nothing. This picture is the ad. That's it. This picture is the ad. And it is showing me the ads. I can customize how many ads I want to see. See, let's say customize. So you can like see how many the Brave stats, which news you want to follow, like Brave backgrounds and everything. You check the news and everything. So you can actually adjust if you want to see ads or not. So it's in my control. So how this actually works, it's completely in blockchain. Brave right now is the first Web3 application that like millions and millions of people are using today. So please take examples from my board. Okay, can you take analogy? Yeah, I'll show you the analogy, Soumya. So like how Web 2 differs from Web 3 and Web 3 differs from Web 5. I think okay. So these are things. So like Brave is one of an example of Web 3. So it's giving me money by it also saves me ad if I'm using YouTube directly. It doesn't show ads in YouTube because it actually blocks all of the YouTube ads, and it's like it gives me privacy because no one actually track me when I'm using Brave browser. But I need to give my data for all of the apps, even if I'm using Brave browser, right? So Web 5 concentrate on that aspect actually. So I'll just show you one of my posts, one of my LinkedIn posts. I have written it so long ago. Or like yeah, I'll show you my blog. Just wait a second. I have written a Web 2 versus Web 3. That's a very neat explanation of like you can get. So just once. So do you want the difference between Web 2 and Web 3, right? Or do you don't need that? Vignesh, Soumya. Could it be a MetaMask wallet? Yes, it could be a MetaMask wallet. Some people are asking questions from LinkedIn also. Sorry, so that's why I'm like keeping the chat out there. Yes, it will be helpful. And the questions will be why there is no Web 4. So for some questions like it can be a MetaMask wallet. Yes, it can be a MetaMask wallet, or it can be another sophisticated wallet that can support Web 5. And the second thing is why there isn't a Web 4. So the terms aren't decided by us. It's like Jack Dorsey somewhat thinks like, okay, Web 2 happened, Web 3 happened. Let's combine both of them, and it's Web 5. So that's how the Web 5 actually done. I think yeah, those are the things. I really Web 2, Web 3, and 5. Yeah, because like that's what the people actually want. It's kind of a marketing gimmick. So if you ask me, it's a Web 5. No, it's not. Like it's not a technology that's like fallen from the sky. It's simply a extension of Web 3. Let's say they just added a simple one layer. That's a web that they say a platform that we can build web apps on. People are already working on such a platforms. It's not like completely new, completely groundbreaking. What is a Web 5? As I said, right, for example, you can actually you can actually build apps on a single platform. Like, you know about WeChat? Actually, people in China doesn't build the total apps. In WeChat, what you do is like they have the single app open and they build extensions on WeChat. Let's say we have WeChat. Let's say Zomato want to build an app. They built a small extension on WeChat. So directly we can simply like it 1 MB or 2 MB. Web3 has not reached. Most of the people doesn't even know about Web3. Not even like reaching the optimal. We are not even 10% of the capacity right now. So like that, they want to create the Web 5 as a single platform. Every user can build their apps, and in the same users, we have a specific wallet. In that wallet, everything of ours info is stored. So from that info, people can know about everything. So we don't need to give access to all of the apps. Let's say you're using any calculator app is also asking like call records, so you don't need to give any of the access that time. So you just need to give the only required access only the time you're using it. That too, the app doesn't even know like this is the perfect of this thing. We have like DIDs in before that. Difference between Web 5 and how Twitter founder identified the need for Web 5. So what actually happens is, that's a super great story. First, before the question is like someone asked about Web 2, Web 2, Web 3, and Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, right? So I'll just show you that. So first one is like Web 1. Web 1 is started in the 1990s. It's a static website. So like someone want to tell you the info, it's like a static. This is a static website. You can't actually show that. Like, so this is a kind of static website. In Web 1, everything in web is this static. You can't actually create content and see the things. So like no users created content. So it's like a one-way traffic. Web 1, simple reminder, Web 1 is one-way traffic. Only the person outside is going to tell you something. It's like a letter from a postmaster. You can only receive. The second thing is like Web 2. It started in the era of 2004 for apps like Facebook and YouTube. It's like the creators are creating content. Let's say in Facebook and YouTube, you create the content and and it's a two ways. Like you also can talk with them, they also can talk with you. It's a two-way communication. Like you upload a photo on Facebook or you upload a let's say video on YouTube. It's like not Zuckerberg doesn't come, right? Zuckerberg doesn't come and like say, okay, I upload each and every photo and each and every. It's like the people actually create content. So this created a super large revolution, and that is where the Web 2 applications came. Let's say from Chrome to Facebook, YouTube to Snapchat, everything. Right now, what we are using, every app is Web 2 app. Let's release this Brave somewhat. So every app is Web 2. So we are using like, why do we need Web 3? The main thing in Web 3 that we need is privacy. Let's say I uploaded a YouTube video on YouTube. That video is not mine. It's like the whole internet has the video. So you can't actually claim, okay, it's mine, give me the money worth of it. You can't actually ask. And the second thing is, you aren't actually, your privacy is like completely shattered. Privacy is a joke. If you say we are safe, no, we aren't. Even just one single hack away for all our data to be gone. So that actually the situation. It's like the situation of let's say the horses with the pollution. You might have heard it about, like, let's say New York has a large of horses, so much that if they continue for 1 or 2 years, New York should be completely with horse dung. So that much of the thing. Then the cars came. So like that, it's like transforming. So right now for the privacy of all these things that are happening, so like all the small holes in the big ship, for the main is like privacy. So it's like Web3 is basically theoretically like decentralized internet. And why it is so much famous? Because this has become famous because like the Web3 categories of like blockchains, NFTs, cryptos, and metaverse. Like I said, right, it's like a umbrella term where everything right now is considered as a Web3, like even blockchain, NFT, crypto, metaverse, all these things. So it is like a decentralized network. And why this becomes so famous, if I must say, because before all of these things, you cannot own anything on the internet. You cannot say, okay, I clicked this photo, this is mine. You might have put a small watermark which can be removable, which might be tampered, and you can't claim on it. But there is a very big but. The thing is, with the entrance of NFTs, you can claim it. Actually, if someone let's say posted a pic or taken a nice photo, and they actually claim the photo, that you can check the ownership. Even for after 1,000 years, you can check the ownership. Okay, this person has clicked this photo, and this is the NFT they have stored, and this is the first NFT, and people anywhere in the world can check its legibility and like its authenticity. So that's where the total of the things happening. So you might be thinking like, what the craze about all these NFTs, the crypto punks? Because they're the first in the matter. Like the first in everything is like, it's basic and stupid. So let's say the first iPhone that released it, the first iPhone, like people will die to have it. Even right now, people like $10,000, $20,000, they buy the first edition of their iPhones because it's the first of a new kind of revolution. So right now, the NFTs, the CryptoPunks, the Bored Apes, they are also in the starting of the revolution. Bored Apes, if you see, they were started by a very large organization. CryptoPunks are the started with such an movement. They are taken from the experience of these people. Let's say the cyber CryptoPunk movement that happened in London in the 1970s. So these are the things that actually happen, and these are the major changes. So this is the difference of Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. And like I will show you one more thing, a small picture, and the picture will be good because I can share the picture. Yeah, this Web 1, Web 2, Web 3 article. Yeah, so simply see, in Web 1 you can simply read, in Web 2 you can read and write, in Web 3 you can read, write and own. This is the simplest definition of Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. Anyone can tell you. This is the most simplest version, most simplest. I think I have understand your point. Web 3, Web 5, how Twitter founder. So like, I think I have answered your doubts. Any doubts other than that? We'll go into Web 3 and Web 5 confirmation and the story behind how Web 3 and Web 5 is like going on. Sauvik, Vignesh, Soumya. So like, any of you have any doubts? So yeah, if not, we will directly go to the concept of Web 3 and Web 5. So directly what Web 3 is, like all the blockchain technologies, it is not built on a single platform. Web 5, on the other hand, is built on a single platform. So that's actually what's the difference between these two are. So difference between the with the image example you took. Okay. Do I need to show it again? The image example? Simple speaking, what would you say Web 3 is? Web 3 is an extension of Web 5 is an extension of Web 3. You can say it is a Web 3.1. That simple it is. So let's go into, like, you might be asking, okay, why Jack Dorsey did all these things just for publicity sake or marketing stunts. So the thing is that right now the Web 3 space is filled with VCs. Let's say very big organization is there, like a very big space is there. There's so much of money. VCs have all the money. They are invested so much that the projects are, let's say, it's like 20% normal people's, 80% is VC amounts. Like venture capitalists own most of the blockchains right now. So what he's doing is, like, most of the apps are built in Ethereum, mainly Ethereum. Ethereum built like for you need to explain the layer 1, layer 2. Layer 1s are like the standard blockchains. Let's say Bitcoin is a layer 1, Ethereum is a layer 1. So these are the standard blockchains, and most of the apps, the tokens, everything is on Ethereum right now. And most people, what they're doing, they are making an app, making a token, they're pumping it super high, and they're like cashing it out when they're high. For example, let's say someone made a token of Stefan or something like that, running token. They're just minting a token. Anyone can make a token, just a line of code. It's like you can download a GitHub ERC code. You can make a token. So they are making the token. They are like quicking for cash grabs, and they're like leaving the projects. So it is like not feasible. So what Jack Dorsey think is that, okay, let's make the project in Bitcoin. All of the Web 5, they're doing it Bitcoin. The thing is, Bitcoin super slow. Is super slow. The solution, there is a second layer to solution. Let's say for Ethereum, you have Polygon. Everybody knows about Polygon, right? Does anybody doesn't know about Polygon? Polygon is started by Indian people, and right now it's the third largest in the world. It's like super proud moment for us. If you doesn't know about Polygon, maximum people, Matic Polygon is like one of the largest. Polygon Matic. So Matic is started by Indian Sandeep. 3 people started it, and right now it is the world number 3. It is a layer 2 on Ethereum. So what they did is, Ethereum is, let's say, basement. It is like the building of Polygon, and we can actually build on Polygon. So it will be, let's say, Ethereum is let's say 10 transactions per minute. Polygon is like 30,000 transactions per minute, and you build on Polygon, which is super efficient. Like that, there is Bitcoin. In the basement of Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin is the basement, and in the second layer, what you have is Lighting. So let's say Bitcoin do 1 transaction per minute. 1 transaction. Understand the difference? Bitcoin is doing 1 transaction per minute. Lighting is doing 1 crore transaction per minute. It's like 1 crore times faster than Bitcoin. But right now, why Lighting is not used is, like, most of the developers are gone into Bitcoin actually. Sorry, Ethereum blockchaining. So that's why Lighting has very few apps right now. It's like very few. Like most people doesn't even know what Lighting is. Lighting is a super fast data solution. It is faster than Polygon and Matic also. It's like faster, super efficient. So what these people think is like we'll do something that is like super no tokens at all. So no one actually grab caches. So some people will build something they can use. They can even like charge for it, pay for it. So that's what they're actually doing it right now. So they want to do like all the VCs are like crash grabbing, pulling these things. So he might got all these things and like, okay, let's do this on Bitcoin and like because we can actually control because no one has actual control on Bitcoin because it's like the super one and like it's completely decentralized. If you want to say, if the large portion of Bitcoin is actually people still hold Bitcoin because it's the first one, and if you want to sell, they will sell the other coins. If someone has a two portfolio, something is dying, people sell the cheapest and the altcoins because everything actually depends on Bitcoin. So this is the thing that's happening, and like that's what happened. So we'll go into Sauvik Web3 Web5. I think I explained somewhat sort your doubt, Vignesh, Sauvik. So is there any other doubts, or we'll go into like the original white paper that the square people gave actually, the head people gave. So yeah, any other things like directly we can go. Mm-hmm. Guys, yeah, sure. We'll go to the website directly. So direct, it is like, let's see, here's the decentralized web platform. It's a new evolution of web app that help decentralize web protocols. This directly, yeah, web protocols. And today it's the evolution of app. Directly, like apps take the data. So what we want our own data. It's like the financial institutions, all the apps will have, but everything in a single wallet. Let's say a MetaMask wallet or Trust wallet or a new wallet that we can create that has the capability to store all of our data, all of our info, all of everything in a single data. So you might think that, okay, what if it hacked? People have the doubts. So it's encrypted in such a way that even if it is hacked, even if even if it's hacked from outside, your data is not visible. But if you lost your keys or something, then it's a no-brainer. You lost all of it. So Web 2, Web 3, it is like they simply tried it. Okay, Web 2 plus Web 3, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Simply they did it. So before I explained, decentralized web platform (DWP) and DWA, these are the web apps, and like how this is how it works. So this is normal slide. And before that, I explained the pillars of content: DID, decentralized identifiers, verifiable, and web nodes. So here, Bob can discover all DIDs indexes in the network to identify and resolve. Alice self-generated her DIDs and anchors PKIs and state changes. Let's say Alice want to send a message to Bob. Alice will send it. The inbuilt there has a DID, and she generates her own DID, and it sends message to him, and it and Bob DID can like check the message, and it like encrypted to normal. And this is how the work. Identifiers are cell phone. So you and I have both different identifiers and actually check the total data is working or not, authentic or not. And the second one is no centralized providers, trust authorities, and like no special utilities, and like you need very high resistance to form all form of introduction, which means the changing of data. So IDs can be made universally discoverable. Let's say you have an ID, I have an ID, which can be universally discoverable. Let's say like a wallet address. So right now you can also buy an ETH name like that. It's like universally discoverable. So right now I'm buying a domain name. It's like cheap right now, cryptofunny.eth. So let's see how it goes. I will update it with you all. So unverifiable credentials. Let's say there is a bank and you want to take money out of the bank or some centralized finance. So this is how it works. There is a bank EDM issuer. There is a insurance of verifiable credits. I say verifiable credits credentials, right? VCs, they will be there. This is your wallet. This is your proof. The proof will be in a wallet, and it will be interpreted by the DIDs. And this is the verifiers. The verifier here will be stored in the web, and it is in the DWN, sorry, decentralized web nodes. So the verification happens here, and the key results will be opening in this. So like what you're saying. So DIDs, VCs, and decentralized web nodes. The total thing is the app is one is like decentralized web apps, and the total platform is the decentralized web platform (DWP). So generally, it's different. For example, decentralized web nodes. So what it is like universally anywhere anyone can take like address it. It cannot be replicated. It's completely secure, and it's discoverable and messages and everything. These are the futures of DWN. So there is no other info on the net. I searched it for 6 hours. So every blog I read, every video is on. So this is the only paper that I have released it, and I have like read everything to encrypt you all. So these are the basic things that happening to send and store encrypt public messages data. So it's like a store, like a cloud storage. It is like a decentralized web node. It is also a store that is decentralized, not like AWS, which is centralized. AWS, GCP are like these cloud storages are Google Cloud Platform, Amazon Web Services. These are centralized platforms. So this is like a decentralized platform. So anatomy, let's say there is an identity of wallet. What the wallet actually does, it's use data management. It has credential functionalities. It has DID audit, which means like authentication of like, let's say one message is coming, your DID need to authenticate if the message is true or not. It has context management and all the functionalities. So a wallet will consist of all of these features. So let's say the topology, how it works, right? For example, let's say there is, let's say Alice is there and Bob is there. DW is a decentralized web node, decentralized web node. So when they are like talking, let's say, see, Alice sends a message to Bob DWN, decentralized web node. And in the decentralized web node, there is a relay and it is transformed to send the message. And like Bob send a message to this and Alice DWN, remote DWN, and the release is that a response here. So both of these people send with DIDs in between. And here, see, the DID is resolved. So Bob resolves Alice DID. Alice will send a message and Bob's DID will resolve it. And Bob will send a message, Alice DID will resolve it. So each other people's DIDs will help each other communicate. So it's like the complex process. If I want to say simple, you have the decoder of the other person and other person has the decoder of your code. So it's like each other persons have a gun and like decoding. So this is the simplest way of topology. And like these are the visual stacks I've shown before. And these are like progressive response, workload, and refreshing. So these are called as progressive work apps, which can be installed and implemented on Bridge Pro today. Progressive work apps are like website that equipment. Generally, like what we are using is like PWAs. So progressive, there is a web app server, local cache, and centralized app server. So how actually our let's say our apps works, how let's say YouTube works. YouTube is a web app. It have a service worker. It has some local cache within your computer, and it has a centralized app server. So it takes the data from the centralized app server, from the local cache. It will take your data, and it will give you the output. So in the DWA, decentralized web app, how it works? There is an app, and here the app is worked with service worker. There is a local cache in your localized wallet, and in decentralized web node, you will the data is actually stored. So your data will be given from only your wallet in this time. So this is the replication when you compare the direct apps that working right now and the apps that is coming in the web 5. So this is the total scenario, and like I can say you with honesty, no one ever in the YouTube has said these things. No one in any other. I have read like 35 to 40 blogs. I need to understand this all of my own, doing all the research for hours. So it means a lot to me. Like if you watch, like give a thumbs up or like give a follow. I'll give you so much more, guys. I really love you guys. Yeah. So for example, it's an Acme black bank. It's a legit how it's solved or not. Let's say the decoder is right, DID resolver. It resolves all the bank. Let's say Alice is doing it. Alice DID resolver. Alice resolves bank DID. Bank will send a message to Alice, and the inbuilt DID resolver in her wallet resolves the query of the bank. Then Alice fetches credentials from the bank web node. Web node means decentralized web node. It's like the server, and she got the credentials from the bank. See, many activities are like the two-way process, and no actual data is given to the supplier. So you're super safe. No one can hack you. And it is TP text messages. So like let's say it's like how messages are transferred. And let's say there is a music. I have said you the things, right? Let's say there is the in the web5 there are all the music apps are going on, and you can log in from your web wallet to any of the apps, and you can give your preferences right then and there, and that actually becomes your direct app. So you have the you don't need to create account on each and every of the app. You only have need to create one single wallet, one single address, and in that wallet you have all of your data, and you can use any app in the world, and they can have your data. You don't need to create profiles, and your data can't be misused. So that's the total concept of web5, guys. If I want to say, let's say the hotel room also works the same. Hotels, airlines, car rentals, food orders, streaming services, and so many things will be happening in the same way. So yeah, I think, yeah, so web5 is a decentralized web platform, and that's what they said. Yeah. Fine, thanks for putting it together. What is the bank here, and what role does it play? That part I'm not able to follow. So Samad, you asked about bank, right? Let's say bank store some of your money, right? Let's say I have my name is like Samad has an account in bank, and he has like $10,000. So bank need to confirm that you are the person they are accessing it, right? For example, no one can go to other than Samad. If like Sam goes and like asks some money because it's all my money, then like bank needs to verify your identity. So what the bank does is they send a credential to your account, so which is requesting. So the DID will decode it and send you a identity which is hashed. So it's like the identity, they will know that okay, this person is the legit person, and their accounts actually match with the hash, but they don't give you the details. So that's why the two DIDs will let's say conclude both of them, and like they know that you are the right person, and the bank will transfer the funds to you. So this is the process with each and everyone. Let's say you want to book a flight ticket, the app, let's say Make My Trip has Make My Trip. You want to book with Make My Trip, but Make My Trip you don't want to give all your name and details and everything. So what it does is like your account is there directly. You just log in. You don't need login. Just you tap on Make My Trip, and with your account wallet, it directly just need you are not creating any account or nothing. From that direct tapping, it can direct. Let's say you book a ticket. From the ticket directly, your details are automatically filled, and you take your from your wallet your let's say from your wallets directly the funds are transferred, and the app doesn't even know you who you are. So your data is completely private. So if the app knows who you are, they need to store it somewhere, and they when they are storing it, people can hack. So it is like no, there is no storage, so no people can hack, and only you has the total authority on it. So that's the total beauty of this concept that I'm reading. I was like, I didn't understand it for like 3 hours, and I was like, why are the people even doing it? But after I was like, man, it's like it's something different, but it's good. Like, see, people come up with different ideas, different things, but when they got like this eureka moment, like everything changes. Let's say Newton got a eureka moment, like Apple falling in this, and like would you say Web5 is like read, write, own data ownership? Web3 is also like own data ownership. Web5 is like the extension of Web 3.1, and it is like not only owning. What I can say, it is not giving. You can own your data, but you're not even giving right now. You can read, write, own, and stay anonymous is not like you're not giving your data to anyone, not even for seeing also. So that's the other thing. You like that you own your data in Web3, you will get money for it in Web3. So in Web5, what the one critical concept is like, no app needs your login IDs, no app or no service needs your original data, because they can be hacked, they can be used against you. So this is the one concept that's like so crucial. So that's the super thing that Web5 has. Like, I don't know how this actually works, how they're going to work it, but the story here is previously there is an app called a Square, and right now they renamed it to something, and there is a team there that built the Web5 there. So it's like a concept, but I don't know how it's going to work, because not everyone want to build on a platform of the former Twitter CEO. It's like giving all the keys of the world to a single person. who knows what happens in the platform. Might be the concept is good, people will be creating more platforms like web, like not only single platform, like different platforms where they can build. And there will be a thing called as, let's say Polygon is there. Polygon can become one of the largest leaders, or like something built on Polygon. Let's say another thing came, and there might be a layer 3, and something can be easily built on layer 3 which has all these features like this. So it can be scaled pretty quickly. So let's say lighting is there, it's also a beautiful one, but the developers were very low. So when we're thinking all of this, the main thing is people need to build on it. Like people want to believe it in so good. Let's say 10,000 people, 1 lakh people started building on the space, then it becomes valuable. Like even if I say a concept of like Web 69, Elon Musk is saying Web 69. So like it's just things. So when people say it, the people need to work on it, really work on it, then something can actually happen. Right now, why we are doing this, all of these things, because people are investing so many billions and billions of dollars in the space, because it might leads to some other things in the future. So that's why we are like doing all of this right now. I think I'll stop share screening. Like, do you have any doubts, guys? So this is what I want to share with you all. Any doubts? I'm checking the LinkedIn also. I don't think it's any there, right there. So please ask any doubts, Vignesh, Akil, Samarth, Nikhil. No more doubts for now. Thank you so much. So you want to ask any questions for me? Anybody? Like any doubt you have, any of the concepts, not only single thing, any of the concept you might have. I was thinking a lot. I need to think through and get back. Yeah, you can get back me on LinkedIn. I can directly message you there. I think you can't directly message me here. Like in the Lex live session also, you can ask the questions. So no issues at all. I think it's like, just wait a second. So much to learn. Yeah, it's always, yeah, it's everything like every day it's when is the next session. It's like I'm right now I'm doing like 2 sessions per week, and I'll increase it to 3 right now. Thursday, right? Saturday is another session. Yeah, day after tomorrow. So like Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, 3 days I'll do the sessions. Cheers, thanks Akil, kudos to Fanindra. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Samarth, okay. I think I hope I answered your questions. So like if you have some doubts regarding this Web3, Web2, Web1, you can follow my, let's say this is my website. You can find nice blogs here. I don't think, yeah, the link is going on. So you can find nice blogs there. You can connect me on LinkedIn. I'll post all of this nice content that's like trending, Mythbusters. We'll do all of such content. And I think that's for today, guys. I hope you understand and like learn something today. I really enjoyed talking to you all. It's really good because one of my last session, what happens is in the middle of the session, the Wi-Fi got cut off, and like people didn't know I was going. I didn't know like I was cut off. I didn't see the chat. So like after 10-15 minutes of talking, I know that like my chat is cut off. Like, my connection is cut off. So like today is a very good day, like talking to you all. So thank you so much. If you want to ask any questions, you can ask in the chat, or else we can close the session for today, and like we'll meet on Saturday again. Are you there, guys? Hello. Yeah. So thank you so much. Let's take a photo. Just need a. See you on Saturday. You too, Samad. You too. Like see you on Saturday. Please attend. Like if you want any topics on Saturday, please give here or in my LinkedIn. Give me a DM. So we'll prepare for that on Saturday, and like we'll talk about those. So like let's give me some. Give me some messages. Wow, today I got like so many messages. This is the highest I have got. Thank you, guys. So have you all see you on Saturday? It's amazing. So much. It means a lot. Like seeing all of you guys, it's really mean a lot. Let's connect on LinkedIn, everybody. So I can like I post every day like 3 times in LinkedIn. three times, four times. I'm not using Facebook anymore, not using Instagram. I was only using LinkedIn and Creator. Only two platforms I'm using right now. So like you can connect here, and yeah, I think yeah, connect here, and we'll do awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I think I'm closing the session for today. It's been really awesome talking to you all, and let's prepare for another Web 5 or Web 7 if it comes. And let's say like I think I want to do a session on like getting a job in blockchain or like Web 3 in this time. So if you are up for them, give me a thumbs up, or like we'll do on any other topic related to Web 3, or like I haven't finished my half. I have said like 20-30% of a course of fundamentals of Web 3. So I will continue the remaining if you want, or like we'll continue a course of like getting a job in Web 3, or similar to the point of like what are the Web3 apps you can use in your day-to-day life. We can proceed with any of those things. Okay, guys. So yeah, sure. Career would be interesting. Yeah, we'll do that like this Saturday or the next Monday. We'll do the careers, and it's simply like where you can find the jobs, what are the relevant skills you can find, all these things directly. I can say that's not an issue. I don't need to prepare a slides for this. Like I can open one of my blogs and like I'll show you. This is the website. Go here. So like yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks, Akil. Thanks, Samad. Nick. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Vignesh. Vignesh. Thank you, Savik. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Naini. So yeah, thank you, Naini. Thank you, Vinay. Thanks each and every one of you for attending. It means a lot to me. So thank you so much, guys. See you on Saturday. Bye bye.